They will bring other, he's a school goer, he's not doing good in his school, please bless him, so he will do good. Then somebody, is depressed because of some younger people get involved into much more interactive and reactionary activities. So the college goers especially, उनको ले आते हैं कि महाराज इनको भी आशीर्वाद दे दो, मगर आपको आशीर्वाद नहीं चाहिए. You don't need. The parents actually, they are creating the problems. I said, don't you want blessings? Now you start chanting and become exemplary, so everything will be. They don't understand that we have to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra for the welfare of everybody. But that is the constitutional position and constitutional service. Right? So we have to teach. They think that we should do welfare activities. But welfare activities without self-realization is useless. It doesn't do good for anybody. So we were discussing about that, and because she was a welfare activist. And she understood, yes, Maharaj, you are right. A profit devotion, distinction. You want some kind of distinction. These are the hidden agendas. And they are not your constitutional services. So don't end up, welfare activities. This is my award. So, in human form of life, one should come to the position of Gyan and Vigyan. But despite this great opportunity, if one does not develop knowledge and practical application of knowledge through the help of spiritual master and the Shastras, in other words, if one misuses this opportunity, then next life he is sure to be born in a species of non-moving living entities. Non-moving living entities include hills, mountains, trees, plants, etc. Taya aprata chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhau na vidhyate. What's that? Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya aprata chetasam. Their actual intelligence is stolen by the activities of Bhog and Aishwarya. Vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhau na vidhyate. However you may try, but it will never come. Samadhau. Even you utilize your intelligence, but it will be taken over by the impulses of the mind, so intelligence will become defeated. So therefore, we must take the opportunity to realize the self through the agency of Chaitya Guru or representation of Chaitya Guru is external Guru, and apply it in practical life. That is the life of reality. Non-moving, this stage of life is called punyatam or mukhyatam. This word is used. And mukhyatam means immovable life. Immovable life is called mukhyatam or punyatam. Namely, making all the activities zero. All the activities zero. Means this activity, they will not be able to act independently or do anything on their own because they misused the opportunity. Who are trees and hills? Those human beings, those who have not realized, they will grow wild in the forest. the hills and plants, etc. This stage of life is called punyata or mukhyata, making all activities zero. Philosophers who support stopping all activities are called shunyavadi. The philosophers who want to stop all the activities are shunyavadi. Lord Buddha want to make them zero because they were overreacting anyway, defiling the Vedas, overboarding, Maryada Vyatikram, they were stepping over. So they have to be curbed by a powerful personality, empowered personality in the form of Lord Buddha. And he showed the way. He was such a powerful person that he stopped ahimsa. He stopped hinsa. He instituted ahimsa, satya. These are the virtues. But satya was completely obscure. Zero was satya. Nirvana was satya. Nirvana means zero, becoming, that is the real truth. But it was good for making the activities. No wonder they were interested to make a monument in remembrance of this Shunyavad philosophy called mound of, in the form of stupa, dead stone as a stupa, or simple pile of earth, or just covered with the bricks and make a monument. They never showed the application of Shunyavadi in their life. Rather, they started taking the path of violence, and they are all meat-eaters. They are all meat-eaters. During Buddha's time, there were no meat-eaters. So we can see, so they themselves have to become trees and mountains or creepers. By nature's own way, our activities are to be gradually diverted to devotional service. But why it is called by nature's own way? Because that is the reaction, and it is controlled by the nature. Yes. After all, the remote cause is Krishna, but it is nature who is acting on behalf of Lord Krishna, right? But there are philosophers who, instead of purifying their activities, try to make everything zero or void of all activities. This lack of activity is presented by trees and hills. This is the kind of punishment inflicted by the laws of nature. If we do not properly execute our mission of life in self-realization, nature's punishment will render us inactive. We won't be getting second chance. That is in the form of trees and hills. Therefore, activities directed towards sense gratification are condemned herein. One who is constantly thinking of activities to earn money and gratify senses is following a path which is called suicidal path. Factually, all human society is following this path. Some way or other, people are determined to earn money, to get money by begging, borrowing, or stealing, and apply that for sense gratification. Such a civilization is the greatest obstacle in the path of self-realization. Very clear and understandable thing is applied. There are no allegories needed to be used in this understanding. It's so simple. People who are ignorant, because everybody is born ignorant, only those who are fortunate to take shelter under spiritual master and make a tangible progress in their life, they are real people. Otherwise, they are future hills and stones and mountains. There is also understanding given in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, where this the resolute determination of devotional service is one. Vyavasayatmika buddhi kehi kurunantana bahushakha anantascha buddhayo avyavasayana. Vyavasaya is the occupation of the soul. But the intelligence, when one becomes self-realized and determined to lead that practical life of self-realization, then he is single-pointed. His attention is on Lord Krishna alone and nobody else. So, that is the resolute determination of the soul. It cannot be deviated. Oh, I'm a newly married person, I have yet to take all the responsibilities. But these are the only as much in necessity to fulfill the desire of the Lord, not your. Not a single time is when you are self-realized, you will be understanding. Then there was no time that we have been given opportunity to fulfill our desires. This is a realm of our desires, means those who are executing only their desires, they are on a destructive path. But this is a correctional unit. The material world is a correctional unit. It gives us opportunity to correct our mistake in the first place. And that prisoner can be put on the parole and then freed. So, others are going to be a hardcore prisoner. They want to Bhogeshwari Prasaktanam Taya Pratachetasam. They want to think, oh, what is that? Everybody does. Basically, I am an animal. Darwin said, right? I am an animal. I am a social animal. No, I am a rational animal. What is am I beyond this? I am happy? Crazy person. I am happy. I earn. I enjoy my life. You guys are wasting your time. Crazy, crazy, crazy. We met such a person when we were coming from PNG, He also, and the plane was almost empty. Very few people scattered. And he had nobody else to sit along, so he was given a seat prior to us. So, and we were in Dhoti Kurta, and he thought we have something interesting, for his happiness. So he started, talking to me. He was chanting, but he started talking to me. I said to him, you think you are happy? Yeah. There is only one kind of people they can be happy, and they are called crazies. They are mad people. Mad people also think that they are happy, and those who are made after some self-realization and Krishna consciousness, they also think they are happy. But you may be happy outside, not inside. We may look, some stranger outside, but we have a lot to give you otherwise. We chant constantly and keep in tune. You're crazy, you're crazy. Yes, you are also crazy too. The world is filled with crazy people. Then he was actually heavily drunk or took some heavy medication, and he was completely delirious. He couldn't stand straight, nothing. And this is the PNG airline, the Air New Guinea. People are just seeking, their clientele, and if it's an Australian, then naturally they will prepare him, give him an extra booze or two. They wouldn't protest misbehavior or anything. But somehow something clicked, and I had to tell him, Prabhu, you are wasting our time. Can we chant peacefully without your indulgence? And I said, oh, yes, because we don't think we have something common to talk about. So he took the place, but he was restless because he was hallucinated was the situation. So and I had to take some prasad, so I was eating, and it clicked him. He came with a camera and tried to, I said, stop it. Did you ask my permission? I said, oh. I said, no. Shut up. I said, why? I said, mind your own business. that clicked him, and he started keeping away, But he was restless, so he went to somebody else, spent some time, came back. The whole couple of hours of the flight, he was restless. Then the announcement for landing is there, but he still got up and came to me with a $100 bill. Is this fake or right? I said, I don't know. Then the stewardess came. I said, what are you doing? No, I just want to know if this is fake or... This is true. You don't need it. If it's fake, then give me it. So somehow crazy. His total meditation was on craziness. Okay? And he was speaking crazy. Of course, he was not violent, but at the same time, such people who think they are very happy, they are really crazy. They do not know the aim of the life, which is to eradicate the problem of birth, death, old age, and disease. I said, these are all four miserable things. Oh, who cares? Everything is there. I said, death is also there. Old age is also there. You think you are young, but how long you will be young? I will see then, but remain crazy during that time. Or you will make some preparation. Oh no. I said, then your consciousness is dead. Consciousness cannot be dead, but it is dead. So it's exactly the same thing. That they are not living for anybody's welfare, neither themselves or others. They pollute their body with narcotics, Do you think other living entities are in the body are going to tolerate this? No. They will violate. So the reaction is there. All our cells are reacting to the and we think, oh, it's a medicine. But it's a reaction. So we need to look into this aspect of self-realization through the help of Guru and make it practical. Then it is worthwhile living. It is called idealistic living. Can become exemplary to others and make our contribution in the world of the Lord, proprietor. Otherwise, others are simply living for destruction. Anybody has any question?